Hey everybody, it's Dr. Sasheen. Welcome to Thursday, and it was quite a day on the interwebs, or actually it wasn't quite the day on the interwebs at all. It was quite the day on Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram yesterday if you happen to be on those platforms. And if you're watching my video live, then you are on those, they're at least on one of those platforms, if not all three of them. So what happened? I couldn't tell you, and doesn't really matter. The reality is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp are free platforms run by a company that, for whatever reason, went wonky yesterday. The sky did not fall. Life continued on, and we all learned how to talk to each other again in ways that were kind of funny and also quite refreshing. So the good news is the Facebook apocalypse, as I called it, only reminded all of us, I think, of the one important thing, which is, honestly, just make sure everything that you're doing doesn't require your Facebook login, and the only time you log out of Facebook is if Facebook goes down. That's it. Everything else is kind of secondary to that. We are very reliant on a free system, and that's okay as long as we remember that with free sometimes comes the ability to lose access. All right, let's talk about something else, because really what we want to talk about, what I want to talk about, and what I tried to talk about yesterday was this idea of your breakthrough. Now, this word gets bandied about a lot, and it's hard for some people to get their mind around that breakthrough moment. So I want to backtrack a little, because the fact of the matter is there's so many reasons why people are not getting their breakthrough. There's so many ways and reasons that people are not getting to the breakthrough that they want in their life or in their business. And I will argue, and probably pretty controversially, so whoever comments on this video and decides to call me on it or wants to at me, that's fine. I'm ready. But I would argue that a lot of people aren't reaching that breakthrough that they want because they're not following their purpose in life. They might be following a passion that they feel very passionate about, but they're probably not really aligned with their purpose and what they're actually here to do, and they're not using their gifts. They're not using their gifts. And I just finished an article yesterday. Facebook was down. I just finished an article yesterday where I talk about the difference between following your passion, your purpose, or your gifts. And it's all based on this idea that people are spending a lot of time, effort, and energy looking for that breakthrough moment, that breakthrough aha that says, this is the thing I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm doing this thing, and this is the moment where it's going to happen for me. And they're doing a couple of different things. They're pursuing a passion that they may really, really love, but isn't exactly working out for them in terms of a life vocation, so they're getting frustrated. Or they're pursuing their purpose just fine, but they're not using their gifts in a way that align with their purpose, so they're getting frustrated. Or they don't have the gifts yet to get that purpose and passion off the ground. A lot of us have gifts the things that we're very gifted at, but we may not be using them in the right way, or we may just not have them yet. That's what a learning curve is. The problem is that as we get more and more frustrated, doubt begins to creep in. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is this idea of letting doubt become the barrier to your breakthrough. Doubt is just as insidious as fear. And in some ways, doubt's even more insidious than fear, because fear we can look at, we go, okay, I see you over there, fear, but I'm just not going to let you hijack me. But doubt creeps in, like it creeps around the side, and it just begins to unravel the edges of our confidence. Doubt just keeps pulling that one thread, that one thread on your sweater, that legit, you're just like, didn't I cut this thing? And I tied it off and I burnt the end and it's still there. That's doubt, right? Doubt is that one string on the sweater that if you start pulling it, it is going to unravel the whole shebang. And it doesn't matter how many times you break it off until you actually reattach it with some thread. That string is just the death of that sweater. That's doubt. Doubt is that feeling that slowly by degrees, you just stop believing that you can. Doubt is the feeling of slowly by degrees, I just can't. I don't know why. I just can't. And when doubt begins to creep in, it's very hard for us to get in our car and drive ourselves down the road of our purpose and achieve our goals. Now, I have notes, because I was like, after yesterday, I'm not about to I want to make sure I get it all in, but I also want, if I have to do it again, I'll make sure I do it again. So here's the thing. Doubt is insidious, but it can be useful. And people handle doubt very differently. So going back to my sweater, right? For some of us, we're like, okay, I'm not gonna pull that string, because if I pull that string, if I bother that string, my sweater is gonna unravel. So they doubt that they can do anything about that string. That string is just there. There's really nothing we can do about it. It's just a string. And if I cut that one, there'll be another string. So why even bother? Some people doubt that they can do anything. They just can't. They can't do anything about it. They can't do it. They just doubt that they can do it. I can't get up and speak in public. I can't pick up the phone and call that person. I can't wear that outfit. I can't color my hair hot pink or green or purple. I can't cut it all off. I can't wear high heels because I've always worn Birkenstocks. I can't. And so what they do is they allow doubt to start driving their car. And so doubt gets behind the wheel, fear gets in the passenger seat, anxiety starts being a backseat driver, and everybody's in the car, and they're just kind of tucked in the corner with their belief kind of held on their lap, being driven around by their doubt, fears, and anxieties, because they doubt that they can actually do anything, and so they don't do anything at all. They didn't do nothing. And so then starts this vicious avalanche, right, of imposter syndrome and procrastination and self-limiting beliefs. You start to see where doubt, that one thread of doubt, starts to unravel the whole thing if you let it. But then there are, for some people, for whom doubt is not an issue. They doubt that they cannot do something. What do you mean I can't do that? Of course I can. For some people, doubt is the catalyst that says, oh, I'm sorry, did you think I couldn't do that? Watch me. Because doubt becomes that thing where they recognize, you don't drive my car. So they put doubt in the trunk, they put fear on the roof, they put themselves behind the wheel, next to them rides belief, and that backseat driver is confidence. And they just go, we're just gonna drive this sucker and see what happens. They don't waste time on the doubters. They don't waste time worrying about what they cannot do. They doubt they cannot do it. For these kinds of people, doing is the antidote to doubt. So they're going to do, and if they fail, so be it. And if they succeed, so be it. And that's really where we want to get to. We want to stop giving doubt the idea that it can be something more than it actually is. For the doers of the world, that doubt thread on their sweater doesn't get cut off. It doesn't get burned off. If the sweater unravels, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna knit another one with the same thread. Or we're gonna take off that sweater, go find a person who can fix it and get it patched and keep on going. Where are you when it comes to how doubt works in your life? Where do you see yourself when doubt starts creeping in around the edges of what you want to do? And you know doubt's creeping in when you start saying things like, well, I don't know that I can reach out. I don't know that I don't know that I can do this. I don't know that I have the skill. I'm going to forget who said it just because there's so many people who've said so many things, but I am going to forget who said it, but someone very important said, and I will find out who and I will post it. Someone very important said, if you are given an offer for something that you don't know how to do, say yes and then figure it out. When we are doubters, we can't say yes because we believe, our doubt has us believing that we can't do. I can't do that. I doubt that I can do that, so I can't say yes to that. I'm sorry, I can't. For the doers, we don't doubt that we can do it. We're pretty certain we can figure it out. And if not, we're going to give it our great try, because it's the adventure of trying it that leads to the life that we seek. Now, all of this comes back to this idea of your breakthrough. If you're being really frustrated because you feel like, I've been pursuing my passions, I've been pursuing my purpose, I've been trying these things, have you just stopped and asked yourself some pretty simple questions of, am I doing what I should be doing? Am I doing what I want to be doing? Am I gifted at what I'm trying to do? Or are there things that I need to learn that would help me get better at this, because this is my purpose? Purpose doesn't come with a roadmap. It doesn't come with an instruction manual. It's given to you by who you are and what you believe to be true about yourself in this life and in this world. And if you start pursuing a purpose, whether that purpose is at a job or philanthropy or in your business, when you're living within your purpose, you start to find the gifts that you need to make the purpose happen. But that doesn't mean you have them, but it does mean you know how to go and get them. If all you're doing is hoping that your passions are going to carry you to your breakthrough, then chances are it is years later and you are still spinning your wheels trying to figure out why following your passion didn't quite get you there. And I'm going to tell you, it's never going to get you there, and if it's not in alignment with your purpose, and if you don't have the gifts necessary to make your passions a reality. All right, so all this is leading to the fact that your breakthrough is in front of you. It is not behind you. So back to my car analogy. If we're all driving down the road and we're the doers of our own lives, the doers, then we've got fear strapped to the ceiling and doubt in the trunk, and we're driving with belief by our side, then the road ahead of us is purpose, and on the horizon is our breakthrough. And as long as we keep driving with our purpose and honing our skills as a driver along the way by utilizing the gifts that we have and picking up the gifts that we need along the way, because we're driving now, right? Sorry, big truck on the outside. Then we can't help but get to the breakthrough that we need, the breakthrough that will allow us to live our life, the breakthrough that sets our soul on fire, the breakthrough that brings us the money, the relationships, the life that we seek. I'm standing in front of a Wonder Woman poster, and I picked it deliberately because I feel like in all of us, we're trying to be the Wonder Woman before we recognize that this woman had another life. And in that life, she had to figure out what it meant to be her before she could become her. That's where we all are. Before we can figure out how to be Wonder Woman and the breakthrough comes, we got to figure out how to be the driver of our own car, the master of our own fate, the captain of our own ship. Pick your cliche. But we do have to decide if we're going to continue to live in a place where we're not actually pursuing what's best for us because we're not gifted at that, or if we're ready to take the steps necessary to keep moving forward and live out of our purpose, which also just might be our passion, but it might not. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for joining me live. I saw a couple of you pop in. This thing is not showing me if anyone's there. But here's what I want you to remember. It is never too late to start. It is never too late to say, I've done it one way before, I'm going to do something differently. If you've been living in this idea of crippling doubt about your abilities, or crippling doubt about your purpose, crippling doubt about your passion, about where you're supposed to be going and what you're supposed to be doing, and trust me, I hear this a lot. A lot. It is never too late to change course. Yesterday, I made this video on what I'm calling Evolution Revolution Wednesday. Well, today is Teaching Thursday, and it's time for you to decide to choose to be taught a different way. The Goal Alignment Soul Alignment program that I'm offering is opening in April. I'm taking applications now for interviews because I'm doing it that way. Not everybody wants to work with me, and that's a good thing. But what it is, and what I want you to think about is, if you really want to achieve something, if you are at the point in your life, and I will say that when I hit my early 30s, I decided that I wanted something different, and I had to decide if my passion or my purpose was going to lead the way. And out of the years spent getting my doctorate, and going through school and getting educated and working with people, I learned that when all of my pieces were in alignment, when I was driving my own car, I got my breakthroughs a whole heck of a lot faster than when I let other people's ideas or my own doubts and fears drive for me. So Goal Alignment Soul Alignment is opening for enrollment on April 15th. I am currently taking applications to interview and talk to you about the opportunity that may be for you to get yourself into your own driver's seat and closer to your own breakthrough. All right, leave comments, leave questions. Let me know what you think about this video and other things that you want to hear as it pertains to following your purpose, understanding your gifts, and maybe, just maybe, pursuing your passions. It's Dr. Sasheen here, signing off. I'll drop the link to apply for Goal Alignment Soul Alignment below, and I will talk to you all again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.